Shiny object syndrome.
Yeah, shiny object syndrome. I love it. Here we go. Own Source 3197 says, I keep jumping from one idea to another. You are not alone, my friend. You are not alone by any means. Lately, I've been struggling with shiny object syndrome. I am constantly switching between ideas, but never sticking long enough to see real progress. I did some deep research, and one of the biggest game changers I learned was not to consume content outside the topic where I'm working. Has anyone else struggled with this? Everyone has struggled with this.
And it's amplified now, right?
Yeah.
So
you're constantly being hit with, go do this. No, go do that. No, go do that.
Yeah. The problem is people switch things way too quickly because they always think it's the next big idea. And I would recommend anybody that's struggling with this, that's struggling with the shiny object syndrome and doing something for 6 months and then jumping on to something else and jumping on to something else. You are, no matter what business you start, the first 6 months are going to suck.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So you are basically jumping from one sucky thing to the next sucky thing to the next sucky thing instead of sticking with something until it becomes good. And for anybody that has this issue, go watch Diary of a CEO, where he talks to Alex, specifically the one where he talks to Alex Hormozi, because they literally just did a deep dive on this.
Yeah.
On the shiny object syndrome. And it is probably one of the best podcasts I've listened to in a really, really, really long time.
Okay.
Especially because of what we're doing here and the amount of startups and small business owners that I talk to. I would almost make that a mandatory listening before talking to someone. I'm like, have you heard that episode? No, go listen to it and call me back.
Call you back later.
Right.
Yeah.
It is just, they touch on all of these different aspects. They touch on the shiny object syndrome. They touched on the, uninformed optimism, and then informed optimism. And then Alex Hormozi has this scale that he uses, right? And he's like, most people bounce between the first three, right? And they're living in this constant cycle. And he's like, and that doesn't just apply to people that are starting up, right? He's like, a lot of people that have been in business 5+ years, the reason they don't grow is because they keep bouncing between these things. And they're basically reliving the last 6 months of their life over and over and over again because they don't know how to take the next step.
Yeah.
Right. And I was thinking about it.
Heck,
I'm like,
I'm guilty of that myself.
Oh, I was like, why are you talking to me? Right? Like,
he just described my
I was
day
like,
every day.
Hey, why are you calling me out like this?
Right.
Like, I'm just here by myself. No need to call me out. Right. But honestly, after listening to that episode, I was like, damn, like he's right. Like the last, probably post-COVID, when we lost 80% of our business, I think I've been stuck in that reliving the last 6 months over and over and over again. Right. And it wasn't until like recently I started thinking about all this stuff, and I'm like, I can't keep using this as an excuse. Like I have to go do something.
Yep.
And then that episode came, and when he said that, I'm like, damn it. Right. So like I went back and in the last, I think I started watching this episode. So I did it. It's like 2-hour episode.
Okay.
Right. So I didn't watch it all in one sitting. I broke it up over a few nights. But like I found myself at the end of last week, I was like, okay, it's time to make changes. Like it's time to start ramping this up and actually going through this. Like I know what to do. It's just I haven't had that fire to go do it.
Yeah. I mean, again, I'm right there with you. I jump, even today, even with my law practice, I still jump back and forth between my law and my coding. And I like doing both of them so much.
Right.
It's not so much chasing the object as opposed to, I'll do one for a little while. And it's like, I really want to go over here and start doing this other thing. And then I'll go back to doing, and I just keep jumping back and forth. But, again, it is a problem for a lot of people. Yeah. It's easy to say, well, just focus. No, it's not. You got to understand the world that we are in now, that we've been in for the last 15, 20 years, has been instant gratification.
Yes.
Right? The moment you pick up your phone, the moment you turn on your TV, the moment you pick up your tablet, you have everything in the world at your fingertips. There is no guessing. There's no questioning. There's no waiting anymore for anything. Oh, you want to buy something? It'll be there in 12 hours. It'll be there tomorrow morning, right?
Yeah.
Or you can download it right away. Like, think about when we used to listen to music when we were younger. You had to go to the store, buy the CD or the tape or whatever it was.
Or sit by the radio and hit record.
Sit by the wait for it to come on the radio. Now it's instant download. Heck, you don't even download anymore. You just stream it. Just go type it in and you automatically get it. So it's very difficult for people to take that mentality and change it to, okay, I'm going to be patient with this. Yes. No, you can't be. And especially if you're going online, which you should, to do research and learn new things. If you're hearing different people say, well, you know what the next cool thing is? You know what this cool thing is? So no, don't waste your time in real estate. Go do this. No, don't do that. Do real estate. It's which is, and you just, your mind's all over the place. You don't know what to do. But at the end of the day, the word is you got to focus. You got to force yourself to focus on what you can accomplish.
Yeah. So one of the things that struck me in this interview, right, is because they're both investors, right? The guy that does the interview, he's on Shark Tank in the UK, right? And Alex Hormozi basically owns acquisition, which acquires companies, right? And he was like, the difference between the experienced entrepreneur and the not experienced entrepreneur. He's like, the not experienced entrepreneur would come to us and say, oh, this is a great idea. We've got it figured out. Here's our projections. Here's the gross revenue we'll have. Here's the net. Here's the projection for that for the 5 years. He's like, I know that's a new entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. He's like, when I'm talking to an experienced entrepreneur, they'll come up and say, oh, and they'll have like an NDA for you to sign. He's like, the person doing it for the 5th time will show up and go, here's everything we have. We don't know if it's going to work. We think it will, but I have a great team and it's probably going to take longer than we think it will. Right. And he's like, that's the guy I'm investing in.
Because everything he said is true.
Correct. Because he's like been there, done that. Right. Yeah. So it's very interesting is people don't realize that even when you start a business and then you get to a point and you've been running it for a year, and it's not growing at the rate you thought it was going to grow, or it's not doing what you thought it was going to do. And people go, oh, this must have been a horrible idea. I should go do something else, right? The reality is, and this is where like nuanced expertise comes in, is that it could have been that it wasn't necessarily that it was a bad product or a bad service or a bad business. It was just your messaging was wrong.
Yeah.
You went off after the wrong clientele. Like there was nothing wrong with the product or service. You were just trying to sell it to the wrong people the wrong way.
Or at the wrong time.
Correct. Yeah. Right? So like that's the difference, and that's what you learn the deeper you get into a business. It's like, oh, but it didn't take off in 6 months. So it must be a bad business. Or a bad business person. Right. More likely to be the explanation, right? Because I've seen businesses take off, and we've had this conversation where I was like, that's a business, right? And then like 2 years later, the person's like, yeah, I just hit my first, 7-figure year. And you're like, huh.
Wow. Good for you.
Look at that, right? Like,
never would have thought that would work.
You're now in the top 10% of businesses, right? Yeah. Like, but yeah. So stop. The key to succeeding in any of it is the consistency and being willing to adapt. Yeah. And learn. Right.
And again, it's so easy to fall victim to the shiny object. I think it really is. It's so, ooh, what's that cool thing over there? It's just right. You got it. Yeah. No.
It was funny. I
back off. You have to.
I told you about my buddy that sold those damn 2-wheeled scooters on, right? So I never told you the rest of that story. So, Walmart took a sample order from him.
Yes.
Right. Which was like 50 containers.
Yeah.
Well, the rest of the story is, so they placed one more order with him. And then I asked him, like, are you gonna keep doing this business? And he's like, no. He's like, now I'm done. He's like, now I'm going to go find the next thing that I can do it.
Yeah.
Because by the time this order comes in, there's going to be 50 competitors from China selling the same item, doing the same thing, that are now going to be approaching them at a much cheaper rate than what I can do.
I thought you were going
right?
the other way with it, which is Walmart's going to be building it themselves. But yeah, same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So like it was interesting that sometimes you can have a business and the business does really well, but he knew that it was also time to exit it
matter
because
of time.
he didn't want to compete. He was competing on the novelty level.
Right.
He wasn't competing on the ability to produce it cheaper, faster.
Yep.
He was like, that's not the business I'm in. He's like, I'd much rather go find the next novelty item.
Yeah.
That I can do this with all over again. So like, once again, he wasn't chasing shiny objects. He would literally go find something that he believed in could fit into this business model and sell that.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this too. Figure out the model, right? And then you can plug anything into it. Just like Amazon did. They started with used books and they've now plugged cars into it.
Yeah.
Right? Like
cars. Still don't understand that one. So all right. Own source, look. I know you've heard us say it a bunch of times today. It's really hard to focus when your entire world has been look at this. Mm-hmm. If you're going to be an entrepreneur, if you're going to open up your own business and you really, really want to do it, you have to change your behavior. And it's going to be tough at first.
Mindset.
Well, that's
Behavior,
mindset. All of it has to change. And it's going to be tough at first. And I have nothing but sympathy for you because I had to go through it too. I really did. But it will be worth it in the end. And if you keep in the back of your mind where you're trying to get to, what you're trying to accomplish, then it will be worth it, and it'll be easier for you to do it because if you're not actively telling yourself why you're doing this, you're just going to go off the deep end and just keep jumping to the next thing. I gave it 3 months and it didn't work. Mm-hmm. Man, business, you need 4 years before you should make an decision.
You are stuck in what Hormozi calls uninformed optimism.
Yes.
Right? Like it's the best way to describe it that I've ever heard. Yeah. It's like, oh, this is going to be awesome. It's great. I have this business. It's going to be phenomenal. It's because you don't know. Right? So you can be uninformed and be super optimistic.
It's like the grass is greener on the other side theory, right?
Oh,
everyone always thinks the grass. And you know what? Very rarely, if ever, is it greener on the other side. In fact, what you should be doing...
If it is greener, it just means someone took the time to actually tend to it.
Yeah, and I was going to say, it's something similar to that. If you're worried about the grass being greener on the other side, just tend to your own grass. Mm-hmm. Make it better. Make your grass better because you already have it. You already have what's there. Mm-hmm. It's better, like the devil you know versus devil you don't. It's better with the devil you know because you know exactly what you need to do. Yep. You already know what the pros and cons are. You already know what the ups and downs are. Go fix the problems with what you have because as soon as you jump into something else, you're starting all over again. All that time and energy you put into one thing, gone. Yep. Gone. You're starting over from zero. Take the time, figure out what the issues are with this thing, and move forward. Don't worry about the other thing. The other thing will be there in 5 years. I promise. It's not going anywhere. Right? And if it is going somewhere, then you don't want that anyway. Correct. So if it's something, that's a good point. If it's something that's going to be big, it'll be big later.
Yes.
Don't worry.
And you will now know how to get into that market because you did it once with something else.
Right.
But if you're always in those beginning stages.
All right, Own Source, best of luck to you. Just try to stay focused. Mm-hmm. It's so hard. I know it's hard to do, but good luck to you.
If you found this clip interesting, make sure to go listen to the full podcast. There's lots more content there.